On June 16, 2018, I finally decided to launch my show. I've always wanted to inspire the world, face challenges, and share my personal testimony and my life story with the world. Join me each and every weekday, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. because this is a show based on faith and how each and every day we battle storms. My name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. My name is Angel. Happy Friday. Today, November 30th, 2018, the last of November, as we get ready to roll right into December. Folks, I want to get started with each and every one of you with a topic that has been festering inside of me for about 2 months now. I don't have a title right now as I'm recording, so I'm sure as I get going, a title will emerge. But for now, it's something that I wanted to talk about because it has been weighing on my heart for a little bit of time. We have spoken many times about forgiveness. We have spoken about what if and what I should or could have done. We have spoken about sadness. We have spoken about happiness. We have spoken about betrayal in different ways. Today I want to talk to you about losing someone, and not by death, losing someone that is very near and dear to your heart. It could be a relationship. It could be a best friend. It could be a colleague. And what I'm getting at is when a situation arises and each party parts ways, where individuals go and they move on with their lives, they consistently put a stranglehold, so to speak, on our hearts. Sometimes things happen for the good, unfortunately for the bad, and sometimes for the ugly. I don't have but one story that I can share with you that can kind of relate to the things that my friends and family and people that are around me are going through. Because right now I'm very, very vague. So let me just give you an example. When I was in my past relationship back in 1999 to 2001, the relationship ended. For those of you that are not aware of this topic and this story, I encourage you to take a look at the previous episodes entitled Breakups, Relationships. You'll understand more in detail. As my relationship ended back in 2001, I started to go into a 2-year depression. A depression that I really didn't feel I was going to get out of, because it got to the point whereas I felt as if there was no way I would ever smile again. Now, I want to put into perspective, I was in my early 20s, and when we're all in our 20s, we tend to think that the world is going to end when bad things occur. We don't realize that there's so much more out there and so much more life to live, and that at one point in our lives, sometimes we do have to experience heartbreak. The hardest part was getting back on my feet. The hardest part for me was trying to share with my parents, my brothers, and my sister the type of pain I was going under. Now, I want to be honest and be clear. I was not in a relationship where I had kids. It was a 2-year relationship. when the relationship ended, I felt as if there was nothing left. Ironically, and I now believe more than ever, God had a hand in this. Not the breakup, but the outcome. I was presented with an opportunity to move to Providence, Rhode Island with the company that I was involved in. I took the offer and I was able to escape. And I wasn't escaping the relationship. The relationship was over. I personally was escaping having to deal with people look at me and say, I'm so sorry this happened. Oh my God, you guys look like a perfect couple. Or, oh my God, what happened? I didn't want to deal with that. So for the next 2 years, I alienated and sheltered myself like a hermit. I didn't come home for the holidays, which is so unlike me. My parents visited me, and I tried to put on a fake smile. But every parent, as I'm learning, knows and feels everything. They see everything, just like God sees everything. I remember while I was in my depression that I continued. I apologize, I had a hiccup. I remember that during my depression, I started to realize all the things that I used to wish for while I was in that relationship. Let me give you an example. We would fight so many times. We would argue that sometimes I would just say, oh my gosh, I wish that you would just do something, or I wish you would just leave. In my mind, I would say it. I never said it to her. I always wished to be single. Deep down inside, I didn't mean it. But when it finally came true, I felt as if my wishes came true. And they weren't the wishes that I wanted. I felt as if I could go back in time and wish for the relationship to get better. Maybe that wish would have came true. That didn't happen. And of course, when you're in the middle of a breakup, or a relationship that has ended, or a friendship that has ended, there's always somebody that comes around and says, don't worry about it, you guys will make things up. There's always so many different people around you that try to get involved because either they like the drama, they feed off of the drama, or they want to feel like they're a part of something, or they feel as if they can do some good to both of you. I will personally tell you, I don't feel that's the case. Because you're always getting third and fourth and fifth information from people that either have not spoken with the source or have heard from other third and fourth parties. And it's just like the grapevine, I think it's called. When you hear from the grapevine, by the time the story gets to you, it's been altered. So, right about now, you're probably thinking, well, how do I overcome this? I wish I could tell you the answer. I wish I could sit here and say to you that I know the direct way of how to move forward. I can only give you my personal testimony, my personal experience. Yes, I went to church. Yes, I prayed to God more and more. But the one thing that I needed to do was I needed to get right with myself. I needed to humble myself and realize that some of the things that had gone down to end the relationship were my fault too. I had to take ownership of the things that happened to me, the things that I caused to make the relationship end. I can sit here right now today and tell you that I believe a big part of the relationship died because of me. Because I was not mature enough to hold a relationship. And I can say that without feeling guilty. I can say that because I know that I've forgiven myself, and I also have been forgiven by her over the years. What am I trying to say? In life, we're all going to be given doors. We're all going to experience heartbreaks. We're all going to feel as if the world is coming down on us. We're all going to feel as if God is not hearing us. God hears everything. God likes you for who you are. God made you in His image. God did not make you in His image to torture you. But things happen for a reason. They make you stronger. They make you wiser. They put you in a right frame of mind to be able to realize what not to do in the future. Some of you may look at me or judge me right now and say, but this person was my soulmate. I believe this person was my everything. I can't move on with or without them. I understand. I know how that feels. If God believes that you two will be together again, it will present itself one more time. For now, take 5 steps back. Take care of you first. And if you have children, they have to come first. But in reality, you are no good to your children if you're not good with yourself. You are no good to your families if you're no good to your well-being. At this point, if you have that opportunity, you have to put yourself first. And what I mean by that is, you don't shelter yourself or alienate your children or everyone around you. You have to put yourself in a position to identify who are you going to become. Who will you be after this tragedy, this tragic heartbreak that you're going through? And that you can ask God for help. But ultimately, you're going to be the one that has to look in the mirror. You're going to be the one that has to look deep down inside and figure out who you really want to be. Who are you going to become? It is already written that it's your choice. It's your free will to make that decision. And I can tell you this: you will not fail. You will succeed. You will find your path, find your door, find your guide, find the right road, make the right turns, open the right doors, because God intended you to succeed. And even if years down the road you look up and you notice that the person you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with was the person you felt should have been a part of your life, instead of looking up, look to your left, look to your right, because it's very possible God has something more for you. God doesn't make mistakes. Things are done for a reason. Children are brought into this world for a reason. Allow them to give you their gifts, their treasures. Allow yourself to do the same to them. Because one day, just like somebody told me, your heartache, your pain, your suffering is going to be a story that you're going to share with the world. And you will help one individual, maybe not thousands, maybe not hundreds, but one day you may tell a story about your personal testimony that will help and inspire others along their way. For Have Faith, Let It Begin. My name is Angel. I pray that God continues to work His magic, that God continues to work His praise, His thoughts, His healing power, His healing hands upon you and your heart as you struggle and battle this difficult storm. Have a great weekend, and God bless you.